Good morning, travelers. Forgive my voice because I have COVID. Anyway, I thought I would update you a little bit. It is about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I know that the medical center is going to check in with me probably before long because they just opened up at 9. But anyway, I got the bill for yesterday. So if you haven't been following, yesterday I was tested positive for COVID. And I decided I would take the Paxlovid antiviral medicine, and that costs $150. The consultation for the doctor to prescribe that costs $750. So if you aren't sure if you want travel insurance, here's a quick illustration that for a 10-minute visit with a doctor, that's $750 that goes onto your account. So, I'm very glad to have travel insurance. I hate to think what my dad's bill is going to be because he also had to have IV fluid. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. Anyway, I am in isolation. I now have the sore throat. I didn't have it yesterday. I have the sore throat. I have a headache. My voice is a bit hoarse and I'm coughing a little. But I've had one dose of the Paxlovid, and it's an every 12-hour thing. 3 pills per dose, rather. And, you know, it's just a matter of hanging out here. It was nice. Guest services called. There was a lady who called just to check in, make sure everything was okay with me, and that I was, taken care of as far as getting food and stuff to the room. I am going to probably order breakfast before too terribly long. They haven't given me a breakfast menu, but I suspect I can figure out a few things to order that shouldn't be a problem. And I'm assuming they're going to give me a lunch menu. I don't know if my dinner menu is going to be the same every night or if it's going to change with the dining room, but I guess we'll find out, won't we? Okay, I'll let you know. This is my room service lunch. Not too bad. Hello, travelers. It is the end of day 12 and a sea day, and I've been isolating in my room because of COVID. Okay, so a couple things happened today. So let's see, they gave me... Actually, they didn't give me a breakfast menu. I just called them and told them what I wanted for breakfast. Or they called me. I don't remember. Someone called someone. I think I called them. Anyway, and I was thinking, well, something simple, and got a couple poached eggs and a couple pieces of toast and called it happy. Some tea. Yeah, that was it. And that was breakfast. And then they called me to get my lunch order, and I gave it to them, and it was a bacon cheeseburger, which comes with fries, and a Sprite, and some ice for the Sprite, and that was fine. And they said, well, our dining room opens at such and such time, and then it's about 45 minutes after that we'll deliver the food to you. And that was fine. But they called again about 12:30. So I guess the dining room opened for this at 12. And so they called me at 12:30 and they said, oh, we gave you the wrong menu. Okay. And she rattled off a whole bunch of choices that she had. I said, well, does that mean I can't get the cheeseburger? She's like, oh, no, you can have that. Okay. Can we stay with my regular order then? Sure, we can do that. It was kind of funny. I guess she just wanted to make sure, I had all the choices possible that were open to me, which, I appreciate. That was nice. Anyway, that came. It was good. I ate it, and they gave me, slipped under the door, they gave me an itemized medical record, because that was something that I checked. When you fill out the forms, there's a little tiny box at the bottom that says, that for a nominal fee, we will give you a copy of your medical records for insurance purposes. And so, of course, I want that because I have insurance, and I'd like to be reimbursed for this $1,000, basically. And so they gave it to me, and it itemized how much each of the medicines were, and sort of what made up the bill, and that was interesting. Most of the medicines weren't very expensive. Of course, it's the Paxlovid that was expensive. And let's see, then I had a call from guest services. I had a lot of calls today. And it's nice that guest services calls to just sort of overall make sure everybody, all the departments are sort of coordinating that you're being taken care of and not being left to languish in your cabin. I did hear from, so I heard from guest services, and the only thing I asked for was if I could get some toilet paper, because I was down to the last roll, and I wasn't too thrilled about the idea of running out. And so she told my cabin steward, who came and brought me that and some more Kleenex, which was a good idea because I didn't think of that, and I have been sniffling a little bit. So, but today I do feel better than I did when I went to sleep. I woke up with a sore throat, but it kind of went away during the day, and I haven't had a fever, so that's good. And yeah, the Paxlovid leaves a horrible taste in your mouth if you've never had it. It leaves it there all the time, and the only defense you have is to suck on a hard candy or something that will, you know, help combat that taste. But I guess it's going to be the fun part of taking this. That and, of course, frequent trips to the bathroom, shall we say? The reason why you need the toilet paper? Yeah. If you look at the two most common side effects, those two are it. And I got lucky and got both of them. Yeah. Oh well, there's a lot worse side effects that, you know, if I can dodge those, that'll be fine. You know? Anyway, this is my first time taking this medicine. I didn't take it last time, and last time I had COVID. So, you know how much I travel, right? And you would think in all my travels that that would be how I would get COVID for the first time. No. I got COVID from a local computer conference in the Bay Area. And it was a little frustrating, and it flattened me for 3 weeks. I mean, flattened. I was coughing, and the cough stayed for months. It probably took me 3 to 6 months to get rid of that cough. And since then, anytime I get any kind of bug, it goes straight to my lungs. And so that was one of the things I was thinking, well, you know, I should probably try the antiviral, because I'd really not like to be sick for the next 3 months, because I have trips planned. And last year, you know, the first cruise I did, the little girl coughed in my face, and I got sick, and I was in bad shape with that cough it took at least 3 months to get rid of. And I lost my voice part of that time as well. If you look back at some of the older videos, some of them I actually don't have any talking at all because I had no voice. And some of them I'm just kind of sounding horrible. So I'm hoping to avoid that by taking Paxlovid. Wish me luck. And in the meantime, I did talk to the medical center nurse today. She went over the symptoms I was having still, the fact that I don't have a fever anymore, and that my sore throat's mostly, you know, gone away, and, you know, I'm not really coughing or sneezing too much or anything like that, and I was generally feeling pretty good. And she said, okay, so tomorrow I am released from isolation. I get to go out of my cabin again. I have to wear a mask, which is totally fine, and I'm not going to go on shore because I think that would probably be a mistake to go out and, you know, exert myself, so to speak, and stuff like that. I think I'm just going to have a nice quiet day on the ship, but at least I'll be able to go and, you know, do the last of the filming that I have to do for the ship tour, because I've got most of it done, but it concerns me that I have a couple places that I haven't hit yet, and I'm the only one who can do that. I did have friends helping me. They went to Crab Shack. I was supposed to go to Crab Shack today, so I had to miss that. And so they took a picture of the menu, and they took pictures of all the food and everything, and so I can show you Crab Shack today, even though I didn't get to go. I wanted to go. I mean, I've heard about it, and I've never seen it, and I saw it on the program for the last Sea Day, and they were already booked, but we were able to get booked for this Sea Day, and now I don't get to go, and I'm sad. Oh well. Anyway, I'm happy to be able to get out and about tomorrow, and I will let you know how it all goes. Solo Sue signing off.